Hello everyone, I'm Ridhima Bedi Thareja, Brand and Marketing Manager at Employability.live, a wholly owned subsidiary of Federation University Australia. We live in an environment where everything is changing faster than ever before. New work opportunities, new jobs, and new learning methodologies. But in this environment, what should we do exactly? Not just learn for today, but also learn for the lifelong. To delve into this topic more, we have Professor Sanku Bose with us, who is a celebrated academic leader and also Vice Chancellor of Sister Nivedita University with us. He is a person who is behind many great academic policies and who has played a vital role in the development of the state. We are honored to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, sir, I would like to ask you, because the environment is changing and people are concentrating more on just the current learning, what are the things they can do to actually learn for their lifetime?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. You know that in my realization, what I feel that the one skill people keep learning and keep brushing, which is communication, communication, communication. And communication is evolving from traditional way to all the way to digital today. And digital technology is also evolving in almost every 6 months. So that's why communication should be treated as a lifelong learning. And the more you learn, the more you'll be better off. You look much smarter.
Right. So, sir, as if learning never stops, what is the skill you believe that everybody should keep updating? Because you are somebody who did your PhD 24 years back in the stream of AI and robotics. And that is
More than 24 years. I finished in 94. So 24 means you make me young 10 years.
so around 34 years then.
Yeah.
So basically what that topic is trending now. So what do you think was the reason for you behind choosing that topic at that time?
See, whatever I do, so every morning I think that how I will be different from yesterday. That is the thought, and that is the pitch for me, for every young people, everybody, that think yourself what you have done yesterday, how it will be different today. So that was my thought. So when everyone was doing PhD on in a different topics and easy topics, but I always try to choose a little harder path. I feel that success is there in a harder path than the easy path. And you know that back in 35 years back, or 40 years back, in fact, when I started my PhD in artificial intelligence, I was the first PhD student. And everyone was looking at me. Somebody is giving a different look. Oh, they are not sure that whether I'll get a PhD at all or not. But I was confident. I used to believe in that. That's why I did it. And today, I'm really enjoying. I think the best stock that I invested in 35 years back or 40 years back, that was my education in artificial intelligence. And look at that, I will be stay relevant for the next 15 years.
Exactly. That is because in today's time, AI is considered to be one of the skill which is
Yes.
needed for everybody, and you did it like more than 40 years back. So
Yeah, I started my PhD back in 1987. I was the first PhD in artificial intelligence in IIT Delhi. Whatever the people are doing today, I feel good that I was the one who set up that laboratory.
Definitely.
And probably today, I never visited IIT Delhi for quite some time. So, but I'm sure this lab might be very mature, very everything, and now kid born with an artificial intelligence.
Definitely. So, can you share a moment from your own journey where you had to unlearn and relearn something? Because you just mentioned, because I think students would love to hear that how you have even experienced this professionalism.
You know that this is something, learning and unlearning, it is a key aspect. And unlearn is a tough job.
Yeah.
The people who do not know how to unlearn, probably they will be behind the curve. They will be behind the race, a lot of things. And just give me a very interesting example. So when I landed United States in 1996, before that I know that how to drive in India. So my trainer said, "Yes, Mister, did you drive in India?" He was a different American guy. I said, "Yes, I used to." First, today's lesson: how to unlearn your driving skill in India. I said, "Well, I will try my best." And that really helped me because getting driving license in United States is one of the toughest job. Though it sounds easy, but it's the very toughest. Multiple round of it because it's question of the public safety. It's not your safety, your public safety for the other. So I learned. Okay, in 1996 I learned the driving. Then I learned complete the United States way of driving. Then when I came back to India, 2016, I landed in Delhi to settle down myself back to India. So first few years I was really scared to learn driving in Delhi. But one fine morning I said, no, this should not be my excuse. I will relearn again driving in India. Now in Calcutta, most of the time I drive whenever I'm not that busy. So that's why this is just a simple example, learning and relearning. Then another interesting example, that this is the first time I learned in United States. Normally, anybody ask anything started from our childhood to today, we hardly say no, we say yes. Even I know that I cannot deliver, but I hardly say, especially people who are senior people ask something, we never say no. But United States first taught us, particularly in a management class, there was a class for 5 days, how to say no. They said that first you forget how to say yes. So make sure that how to say no in a very polite, smart way so that the other side people do not get offended. But saying no is the art of not to make people frustrated or disappointed. So these are my life small examples, but there are many more. And still I try to unlearn, and it is very important because if you do not unlearn something, then you will not learn new thing. Exactly. And your storage is limited.
Right. I think I highly agree with this thing. You have given a very important message to everybody that if anybody is not unlearning, they will actually lag behind the race.
Yes.
And obviously, we have limited storage, so we have to refill it with the new information every time. So looking ahead, how do you see learning changing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Learning changing in next to 5 to 10 years, either the learning habits is changing.
Yeah.
Is completely, and the way it's changing, because earlier the people used to attention span is going, and there's even the whole course is divided into small micro credential, like you are from employability.com, Federation University, why micro credential? Right. There's a huge justification. Right. The student have a flexibility to learn that small module. Then he probably exhausted, he needs a break, then he'll come back and complete the rest of the things. So that's why today's world, with the advent of AI, there's agentic AI, personalized learning, then the micro credentials kind of thing, it's the way to go. And let's everybody learn. Learning should not be a burden. Learning should be at your pleasure. So that's why SNU is going and holding hand with a Federation University. I've seen the world. Yeah. So when Federation University and employabilitylife.com approach, I saw your teaching pedagogy, that micro credential really is not something you are just learning for the rote learning and mug up and reproduce, but this is something you are doing hands-on.
Right.
Like something when you learn through the gaming way, you will never forget.
Right.
But you are just reading of the same 15 minutes you spend for gaming, you will hardly forget. But in this 15 minutes, you try to read and memorize something, I'm very sure the next morning you will forget.
Definitely.
So that's...
And I really agree with you, because gamification is very important in today's time, specifically for the learners who really just not want to learn because of the syllabus, but actually to get the knowledge out of it and use it. So if you can give just one advice to all the young professionals and students, what it would be regarding the lifelong learning as their mindset and not just the current one.
So, one thing I want to give, this is the term that I coined, is called C3P.
C3P.
C3P. The first C stands for curiosity. Second C stands for creativity. Third C stands for courage. And P is the purpose. So every day you have to be curious in order to stay relevant. You have to be creative at your personal life, at your professional life, at your communications. Everything has to be creative. Many people speak different things, but very few people make it effective. That's why, because they're creative. And then you have a courage to ask question. Courage to ask question on yourself. What I am doing? Am I doing something right? Why, if I'm doing something right, why I'm not achieving the result of it? That courage to ask yourself rather than in a denial. And the last thing is all things leads to a purpose. What is the purpose? So that's why, that's my advice to everyone. This is a small acronym, C3P. Be curious, be creative, be courageous, and know that what is the purpose that you are going to do. It's not that I ask or you ask, that's what I'm doing.
Right. So, as you have mentioned, because courage is definitely very important. If you're not asking the questions and if you're keeping it everything to yourself, definitely you will not develop.
Yes.
But do you think that these kind of skills can be learned? Because everybody is not blessed with such things.
That this kind of things depends on the all environment.
Right.
It depends on you in a life. The two part is very
Right.
important. One is your, particularly in adult life, is a manager,
Right.
and then other part is your partner. So the out of 24 hours, 12 hours you spend with your
your
manager,
manager.
and other 12 hours you are spending with your partners.
Partner,
So whether married, unmarried, whatever. If any one of the persons are the dumb and not curious, that means you are not learning anything. Your manager has a responsibility not to get the job done. Your manager has responsibility to give you the input. Hey, this is your strength. Managers encourage you, and but these are the area you could probably do better if you do it this way. That feedback. Same thing with your partner.
Right.
So partners should have enough courage, whether it's a working partner or non-working partner or financial inequality is there, but should say the right thing. So that's a very important part.
Definitely. And I think learning begins at home.
Learning
So-
begins at home.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we are relating to that. So I would also like to ask you, if a student actually wants to learn something today out of their syllabus, which is not part of their curriculum, because we are just talking about skilling and upskilling, what is one stream or one particular topic which you will recommend everybody that they should have hands-on knowledge on that?
Hands-on knowledge is a very, very, very interesting question. That's why I said that. That in a certain environment, you probably experience some people always ask, I know everything. I know everything.
Yeah.
That means they don't know anything. They are, very soon, they will be changed by someone. So, first thing is adopt mindset and learn at that thing in every occasion. In a meeting, like we are doing the broadcast right
Right.
now, even this situation also you should learn. Whether it's a success, we are learning. If it's a failure, also you should learn. And I making a favorite quote from one of the famous person mentioned that I'm not taking his name because he is very famous. So his style of interview, he said that my style of interview, I do not get into individual topics or anything. I would like to ask the gentleman or lady, can you recall one of your glorified failure? And he was sharing his life experience. 70% of the people start stammering at that point. That means he did not learn anything or she did not learn anything, never realize anything. And the people who even can say yes, hardly anybody can articulate back how the failure happened.
Right.
So if you suppose something failed, so you should to back it in an algorithm and what are the cause, where it start and where it end, and that should be in your mind. You cannot keep it in a books or anything. It will be in a hard disk, like permanent. And after that, the last question is, what is your key learning, key takeaway out of that, so that you don't mistake the same thing again. So that is the most important part. That all about the mindset. That the people who say that I already know this, that means you stop learning. And there's the other kind of the people have an approach. What I can learn out of that.
Right.
Okay, so suppose you landed in some different cultures. Okay, there's a different type of a food. What you can say, you can reject that. But if you adopt that, okay, they are also human being, I'm also human being, let me try and taste this food. And let me taste that what is there. So that's all about, I want to say that the one thing people say, keep the mindset always learning, learning, learning. How to learn. Learn, never stop till you die.
So you mean to say that even failure is a better teacher than success?
Yes, absolutely. I always say, if I'm not failed in anything, that means I'm not learning anything.
Because if you have reached the success, obviously there is no upper limit to achieve.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So, sir, what do you think is one thing the young generation should focus with their studies? Like we have talked that communication is one thing which on which they should invest. But do you think that staying active, investing in their health is also very important for the youngsters?
Yes, it has to be balanced. So we are learning, learning, learning also. It has to be, the life should be balanced. And while you are doing the sports also, you are learning something.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, you are learning that how to keep yourself fit. While you are eating, you are also learning that what food is making you fit.
Right.
So that's why the learning never starts. It's, as I said before, it's all about your mindset. Adopt your mind. So, and if you're open-minded person, you will learn and you will grow.
Definitely. And I think, as you have rightly mentioned, that everything gives you some sort of learning, and everybody should learn from each and every situation, because current learning will be just for the current period, but lifelong learning is going to remain with you. And by this question, I think I would love to wind up this session and hope
Thank
to
you.
connect on this topic again with you super soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.